This is something that you never, ever want to happen to you. It's a cautionary tale. It is a public service announcement. Ellie had the video all ready to go. All I needed to do was go to the store, work for a couple hours, and then I was gonna come home and edit this video. But that did not happen. Instead, total disaster struck. I'm going to tell you the story throughout the video. I made a lot of mistakes that led up to this disaster. It was a creative, disastrous adventure. I started this furniture project last week. This is not the disaster. That is coming up later. I wanted to create a beautiful look inspired by Maya Kamasa. I took her furniture class. This project is so easy and fun to do. I'm going to walk you through all the steps. Okay, there are the movers down there, and they're bringing the rest of my stuff up. That is the roof to the patio structure. They're gonna set it up inside the store. It's a jumble right now. Got all these bins to unload and try and be open by Friday. It's Tuesday. We needed a sink and a refrigerator for the new store because we're going to be teaching classes. So I was working on projects, waiting for the movers to come, and everything was going really well. I painted this a long time ago. It's time for a refresh. I first painted this fridge. We did not have Salvation Solution. I'm going to give this a coat first so that the paint sticks really well.
Debbie painted this refrigerator years ago on her YouTube, so I wanted to show you guys a quick flashback from that original video.
I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna try and lift it up for you. I really like the refrigerator, but it's kind of boring. We're gonna create this whole chalkboard effect on it. The thing about this paint is that it will adhere to metal. You don't have to sand it, you don't have to prime it, and it will stick. And you just keep rolling it until the entire refrigerator is covered in paint.
If you want to go back and watch this full video, the link is in the description below.
Okay. It has Salvation Solution on it and Eden, and now I am going to apply some transfers. All right, especially when you have a large scale project like this one, it's good to come up with a plan before you start. So Ellie's gonna insert an inspiration image that I have on Pinterest, but also I like to use chalk to kind of help me plan out the design before I get started.
I want to remind myself to leave the negative space. So these chalk marks are really nothing other than to remind me not to go over here.
Okay, I know I want my bird cage to be right about here. So I'm going to trace it with chalk because I want to put a flower inside the bird cage first. Now we're going to place our bird cage on. When working on a surface like metal, let your Salvation Solution and your first coat of paint dry overnight.
For this project, Debbie is using the Iron Orchid design transfer called Menagari. I have no idea if that's the correct way to pronounce it, so I'm sorry if it's not. And then she's also using College des Fleurs. You can find these products on our website, DIYagogo.com, underneath IOD.
Okay, Carol, my store manager, is using transfers for the very first time. What do you think, Carol?
This is fun. It's gonna look so good.
It is. Okay, this is how the store is looking. We've shoved everything over here. We're gonna put the patio structure in the middle. This is a mess right now, but this is kind of our front counter situation. I have the paint cabinet over there. Bobby put it on wheels. Rose, are you excited?
Yes.
What do you think?
Here we are.
Again.
Moving things around.
I know.
It's a never-ending process.
I know, but you're such a
But
good,
it's good.
you're such a good sport.
So,
Yes, so we're going to show you the before and the after. Right now, the before is very, very messy. See, and this is all the stuff leaving us. All of this is from my shipping container. Okay, there are the movers down there emptying out the shipping container, and they're bringing the rest of my stuff up. That is the roof to the patio structure. They're gonna set it up inside the store. I really hope it looks good because I'm paying them to do this, and they are amazing. This is the third time they've come to help. Make a mental note of the paint cabinet with the wheels on the bottom. When we had to move the final things out of the old store to the new store, Bobby went to Home Depot and he got me 30 of those big plastic totes. He told me label everything on the top and on the bottom so that when they go into the shipping container, it will be easy to get the things out that we need. I didn't pay attention to him. I only put the labels on the top. I kind of silently rolled my eyes at Bobby and thought, that's just too much. A month later, the movers were scheduled to come back and take everything out of the shipping container. Bobby wanted to get these special wheels out of the shipping container. They're metal. They're made to support things like vehicles. So the day before, my sister, Bobby, and I go down to the shipping container to get the wheels out. Well, all of the totes are in the very back. So Bobby, with his cracked ribs, he climbs to the back of the shipping container and he's back there wedged in. Everything is not labeled correctly. He had to open every single tote. We could not find the special wheels. We did find some other wheels. Bobby said, I don't know if these are strong enough to support the paint cabinet. He took the wheels. We emptied the entire paint cabinet. Bobby put on the wheels so that we could move it around when the movers showed up the next day.
Here comes the lid.
Set it on here.
Okay, here it goes. Halfway there. Almost there. All right, this is the dresser before I paint it. I'm gonna leave the top stained. Kinds of beautiful detail that we preserved. Bobby, was that hard to do?
Yes.
How long did it take?
Days.
Was it involved?
Bobby put a lot of time and skill into converting that dresser into our new sink. After all of his beautiful work, I did not want to mess it up. So I used a tutorial by Maya Kamasa. She's in Poland, and I love this effect. The first step is to grab a dark color like layered chocolate, pounce it on, and create a lot of texture.
Hey, Dad, what are you doing?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Everybody's been praying for you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're putting together our new tables for the Creative Cafe. Are you excited about the new classroom?
The new classroom,
Yeah, all these tables. People are going to make stuff.
they're going to take up a lot of room.
Yeah, but it's going to be good. Dad.
Give it a try.
Yeah. What are you doing, Levi? What are you doing? You cannot. No, you got to stay where you're at.
Action.
Come in a little closer to the slab.
You gotta tap it again. It goes
Yeah.
blurry when you go. There you go.
Hold on. Stop it.
Swore. Action.
Is that crooked? Thank you.
I let the paint and the Salvation Solution sit for 24 hours and the transfers went on super easy. Salvation Solution creates a really glossy effect. I don't know if I like that. I may put wax over the top, but this finish is durable for heavy use like getting in and out of our refrigerator. After I let the base coat dry on the dresser for 24 hours, I applied a layer of Big Top and I also let that sit for 24 hours before applying the color. I used Old 57 mixed with Fancy Farm Girl to create a vintage jadeite green. I also used Walk on Water. Then I very quickly applied my color only to the front of the dresser because the next step is crucial. You want to distress the front while the paint is still wet. I am blending the two colors together with 3 brushes. I have one brush for each color and a neutral brush to pull the 2 colors together. I'm also using my water bottle to water down the paint and get the 2 colors to become friends.
Let's go outside, the snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is...
You can find all the beautiful DIY paint colors and our finishes on our website, DIYagogo.com.
It is Tuesday morning. The structure is up and now I'm just trying to configure everything. It's a jumble right now, but the cafe tables are going to be over here. Here's our patio thing. I want to be able to walk through this, so on either side will be the DIY stuff. The clothing and home decor will be on this side, and that is our front counter / kitchen back there.
You got all these bins to unload, and we need to figure out where everything is gonna go and try and be open by Friday. It's Tuesday. So all of this is moving. And Jenny is back after surgery. She's been gone 2 weeks and we have missed her. How are you feeling?
I'm doing okay.
You
I'm
look-
doing okay. Gonna hopefully feel a lot better once all of this is healed.
Yeah.
It's good.
You look
Good.
super cute in your cowgirl coral jacket.
Yeah, it's my favorite color.
Yeah.
Even though Christmas is around the corner, these nightlight Christmas trees would be so cute to have in your house all year round because they're just so cute. I'm going to definitely ask Debbie to give me one for Christmas. We also have these vintage t-shirts in green now. They just sold so well after Bobby wore them. Do you have one yet? If you don't, you gotta go grab one. I spent all last week working until the late hours of the night. I was determined to be open for the last few days of Christmas and get this move over with. So now is the best part of this painting process. Before you even start putting the paint on, you wanna have at least 6 or 7 rags. You want to have a full spray bottle of water, and you want to lay down a tarp because you are going to spray this dresser down and use a lot of water. It's going to drip a lot, and you're going to do it while the paint is still wet. I am power washing the dresser and spraying down to the dark underlayer. It's crucial that that big top dries so that the water doesn't wash off the brown layer underneath.
All right, I am liking the look of this. I'm gonna dab it a little bit more. You basically just take those rags and you bang on it and you dab it until the cows come home.
When you're painting with bright colors, when you have that dark color under it to ground it, it just looks beautiful. So I'm spraying and then I'm taking my rags and I'm patting the dresser. I'm giving it a full pat down to create more texture and just to pull up the paint. You can't get the same look with sandpaper or even wiping your rag and distressing in the normal way. This patting and dabbing is what creates this really beautiful look, along with the thick textured dark layer underneath the paint. It's 8 a.m. and I just got here. I stayed up late last night setting up some of the displays. It's starting to look pretty cute. However, there's still all of this chaos. I kind of pushed the chaos to one side to display all of this. Inside here is where the stamps and the transfers and the stencils are gonna go. On this side is where the molds will go, and this will be the creative cafe over here. I know it doesn't look like it now, but it's gonna be. The clothing and the home decor is pretty much done. We kind of kept it the same. This is our dressing room in progress. That's the shipping room. Here is, we move the table to the back. There is what I first showed you and our front counter. So this is our front counter. It's kind of messy right now. You can see the fridge back there and the sink. The sink is looking real good. We were not sure where to put the paint cabinet. So we decided to close this, well, not close the door. The door can open. We're gonna paint a big mural on the back of the paint cabinet. Here it is when you first walk in, and we roll up that door up there and you'll see the mannequins and the back of this. Did you notice how much paint is in our paint cabinet? Probably 1,000 pounds of paint. But before I get to the rest of the disaster story, we have to finish our dresser. After you're done painting your piece of furniture, you want to apply the wax. This will give it a beautiful buttery sheen. I used about half of this little jar to wax the entire dresser. You want to just apply the wax generously. While the wax was still wet, I took some of our decrepit dust and I generously applied it around the details and the cracks and the crevices. When you first put on the wax, it's going to look really dark and really severe. Give it 4 to 8 hours. After the wax dries, don't forget to buff it. You just put a sock on your hand and you just start rubbing the paint, and this beautiful buttery sheen stain will come up. Our wax is super soft. I can buff a dresser like this in about 10 minutes. When I used to use other waxes, it would take so much elbow grease. Sometimes I would have to put an attachment on the end of my drill to get the wax to buff up. Our wax is the best. We are gonna open today. Not quite sure how, but I did stay here till 1:30 last night. I hung all of the shelves for the transfers and the stamps. Over here, Bobby's coming to help me secure the decoupage wall. I also hung that metal flower by the dressing room. We've got a little bit more to do, but we're opening today. It's non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. That was my attitude for the last few months. I just wanted to turn the page. I had about 3 hours of sleep. Bobby showed up. We just had a couple of hours of cleanup, and then we could finally open the store. Bobby was standing by the paint cabinet. He noticed that one of the wheels was starting to bend. He started kicking at the wheel. He started pulling on the giant paint cabinet. Bobby, what are you doing? The paint cabinet started to rock. It was like when the Twin Towers came down, moaning and creaking. I'm standing 3 feet away from him, and the paint cabinet just started to fall toward us. The cans were flying off the shelves. Bobby is running to get out of the way. I yank him out of the way. The paint cabinet just slams to the ground. Bobby falls to the ground. His leg is stuck under it by inches. He escaped, and I thought for sure his leg would be broken. He pops up really fast and he just jumps up. I'm fine. I'm fine. All he wanted to do was get the correct wheels on that thing. Only 3 cans of paint broke, but those 3 cans splattered paint over the majority of the other cans, so we had to rinse off all of the cans. We never opened the store. The thought that that could have killed Bobby or somebody else because I didn't take the time to label those containers correctly, because I've been in such a determined rush. I ugly cried all the way home that night. Bobby helps me all of the time. He's retired. He does all of this, and he will not take any money from me. He just keeps coming back to help. I don't know why he does it. Someone like that who's been in my life for 15 years. Nothing is that important. We secured that cabinet, and I am going to take more time to do the things that I don't like to do. I tried to get Bobby's reaction on camera, but he was not having that. I did ask Rose and Carol how they were feeling.
We're rocking and rolling around here.
The store looks beautiful. I did not have any time to get any beauty shots when we were finally done, but I will put that in the next video. Because we did not get the store open in time, I have a whole bunch of Christmas IOD products left over. So if you place a $100 order on the website, we are going to send you a free transfer, stamp, or mold. It's first come, first served. Ellie has all the details.
The best way to shop our products online is on our website, DIYagogo.com, underneath the tab called Products Featured from our YouTube. It's filtered from newest to oldest, so you guys are going to see all of the new stuff that we have added to the website that Debi's showing in this video. It's literally so funny that pretty much everyone in the family works for Debi, so we could not do it without your guys' support, and we just thank you all so much and hope that everyone has an amazing holiday season.
These are my leg warmers because it's cold in here. We sell these. They're so cozy.